Yeah, what's going on, people? It's your boy Sophie. I just came back from the comic book shop, right? And I bought some stuff to read. And I guess I want to talk about 600 of Iron Man. I don't know. I feel motivated to do a video on this. I don't usually do videos on comic books, but I don't really read Marvel. As you can see, most of the stuff I bought was, DC and Power Rangers. I love reading that, but Marvel kind of lost me after Civil War 2, to be honest. It's just, but the biggest offense was the Iron Man storyline. It's just like, for my favorite hero, I just hated everything that was happening. I hated his replacement. I hated the stupid AI. I hate everything. And I guess this book is the finale for the search for Tony Stark. It's supposed to explain what Tony's been doing all this time, and it didn't really even, how can I explain this? So this book, for the most part, isn't like bad. It's not as bad as most of the Iron Man books been coming out, but like, how can I say this book is a good effort, but just not interesting? So the main problem is this asshole right here. For a good chunk of the book, he's narrating. He's narrating it, and he's just fucking annoying. It's that stupid Tony AI. Like, I hate him. 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 So this book goes on to explain basically what Tony's been doing all this time, and basically, long story short, he found a way to like reboot his body if he would have ever died. He did the same thing for Rhodey too. When spoiler alert, but Thanos killed Rhodey if you don't know. But found a way to reboot. That's why he doesn't have hair, because his body rebooted, so he doesn't have hair. But anyway, and that's what he's been this whole time. He's been trying to reboot Rhodey too. So he's been going into hiding. But that's literally it. That's all they tell us. And then we get this little segment with fucking Riri and the other young heroes. Okay, so apparently I guess it's a setup for a storyline happening soon. I'm not sure where it's gonna go, but they're like make it like a new Shield. I guess is what Leonardo was just talking about. And then they had this other storyline here, which pretty much got resolved by the end of this chapter. But it was about Tony's parents. Like, there's a lot of shit happening, but it's almost like it's happening just to happen. Like, there's no real rhyme or reason to it. Nothing's building up to anything. Like, we're just jumping from location to location this entire book. Like, from right here, it's this thing with the Hood and all these villains he's got trying to absolve Stark Industries, and then Doom is fighting to stop them while all this other stuff is happening. But then you don't even like. You can't even really like. How can I say this? Okay, so Doom was battling these guys, but then out of nowhere, Tony just like shows up. So like, you just the very next page, like he was literally like, wherever the fuck he was in his hidey hole, whatever with Rhodey, and then I guess he's just like, oh hey, fucking Iron Man. I mean, fucking Doom is fighting. Let's go help out. Like, there's no real rhyme or reason to it. It just kind of happens. You know what I mean? Like. I was having a hard time just following the story because I didn't get why people were popping up. Now, granted, I haven't read every single fucking issue of this Iron Man run because most of it has been annoying me, so I've been picking it up here and there. But it's still like, I shouldn't have to. This should be really fucking simple to follow, and it's not. So Doom and Iron Man are teaming up, and they're fighting all these villains. And like, it's kind of hard to tell where Doom or Iron Man is on panels with no dialogue, because you can see there's a bunch of Doom bots and a bunch of Iron Man bots, and Rhodey's here too, by the way. So we don't know how Tony gets here. We don't know how Tony knows Doom is fighting these guys. And then we get these few pages, and at one point, I think it was this page, where this shit just got hella confusing, trying to see who was fighting who and who was doing what. But Doom and Iron Man are fighting the Hood and these gang of villains, trying to buy Stark Industries from a lawyer who's trying to steal Stark Industries from Tony. And nobody knows Tony's alive, right? And Tony just shows up. And that's the thing. You would think the reactions would be way different. But Tony, like, the only person who really said anything was, like, Doom. He's like, oh my god, Tony, you're here? But, like, Tony, remember, nobody knows Tony's alive. Nobody fucking knows Tony's alive. And there was only one part. Where was it? Yeah, when he was like, he's like, yo, what are you doing, Victor? And he's like, you're alive? And that was pretty much it. Tony Stark is alive. You would think more people would. You would think more people, and this shit is hella weird. Okay, so I don't even really understand what happened. I read this thing like twice. So Tony was fighting the Hood, and then Doom came and just he's like, no, and he pushed him, and then him and Hood were fighting this dimensional space, and then something happened to Doom, and that was the end. Like, who knows? Um, we get this thing with Mary Jane, and then here's the thing, and this when I say shit just happens. Okay, so Tony's mom was talking with Tony's dad, who was a Hydra agent. Right, sorry, spoilers, but whatever. And Mary Jane comes and shows up, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna bring fucking Hydra, and then we're gonna capture Tony Stark." Right, this was his plan. It was have Tony's mom call Tony, so Tony could come here, so he can capture him somehow. I'm just gonna capture Iron Man. And if your plan was with a bunch of Hydra goons, whatever. So then fucking Mary Jane's like, oh yeah, well I got friends too. So here come Riri and her friends and Miles and Morales and everybody come, and fucking Blade's here because Blade's teaching them how to fight for some reason. Once again, we don't know why Blade's here. He just showed up and was like, hey, Blade's gonna teach you guys how to fight. And then Riri earlier, actually, I'm sorry, I'm going back, but Riri kind of pissed me off how, you know, fucking Blade's offering to teach her how to fight. And you're like, oh no, I'm good, I got the suit. And then Blade beat her ass inside the suit. That's what I'm talking about, real nigga right there. But confusing as confusing. Fucking Tony just shows up. Remember, he was just over there fighting an army of supervillains. We didn't see the internet. Fucking, you know what I mean? Like it just fucking happened. Like he's fighting an army of supervillains, and now he's all the way over here helping his mom fighting Hydra dudes and stuff. You know, it's just like it just shit is just happening in this book. And you know, now and everybody's sitting around talking. Remember, this is supposed to be the return of Iron Man. This is supposed to be like a really big thing, right? This is the return. And then, you know, so they beat up some supervillains in like 2 pages. They beat up some Hydra guys and capture his dad. And then that's like, and then Tony's like, oh, what are we doing with? And then like fucking Doom is like, wherever the fuck he is. Now, look, I get it. You're supposed to keep things like vague. I mean not vague. Suspenseful, and you're supposed to want to give people a reason to pick up your next issue, right? But I read this whole book, and I know I'm being very, very skimp with the details. And here's something where it's kind of like, I guess, some kind of foreshadowing for something to happen soon. And the big reveal is that in the future Tony's going to be the Sorcerer Supreme, and I guess this is what the story is going to build to. Once Tony comes back, he's going to become the Sorcerer Supreme. Cool. Not the first time I heard of that, not the first time they did it. You know, I just want to see how they get to it. But I really don't even see the point in going by the next, because this was so uninteresting. Stuff was just happening from page to page, and I guess the stuff you're supposed to be excited for, because this is the fucking return of Iron Man, right? But no, it's why is Blade here? Like, and I'm not, and like, and you probably think I'm leaving details. I am leaving stuff out because I don't want to just sit here and tell you everything that happens in this book, right? But like, I read this book. I don't know why Blade is here. I don't know why half the shit that happens in this book happens. It just happened from page to page. The cover is definitely very, very cool. Seeing all the different Iron Mans, Hulkbusters, what is it, Extremis, Mach 3 back there. Yeah. Classics. It's definitely cool. Mark 1, Silver Centurion. Is that Endosim? Yeah, this is a cool ass cover, I gotta say. Tony with the hammer. Tony with the hammer. This is a cool ass cover, but this book was incoherent, dude. Like I don't get what. It didn't hype me up for fucking 600. Iron Man 600. No, man, like this is my problem with Marvel's writing, dude. Maybe because I'm spoiled because I read One Piece every week, but this is a very bland book. I can't wait to get into that new Power Rangers though. That shit's gonna be dope. But I haven't bought a Marvel book in a minute, dude. In a minute, and like I don't even talk about the books I buy. I just buy them and I read them. But like it just. This is supposed to be the return of Tony Stark, and it's supposed to be like an interesting story, I guess. The cliffhanger at the end, I'm not gonna lie, that cliffhanger do got me wanting to keep reading to see Tony as the Sorcerer Supreme in the future or whatever. That's cool, but like the build up is just boring. It's boring. Like I don't want to say too much because you know you should buy it and read it yourself. But like it's just boring, dude. The book was boring. It was boring, even though there was fights, even though Tony's back, even though it's supposed to be incredible. It wasn't. I don't know. It's your boy, Sophus Hell Hydra.